thank you everybody for coming this morning. Today is an important day for a couple of reasons. We are continuing to make important announcements about the bus rapid transit line in the city of Albuquerque, looking towards our future. Today we have a big announcement about the vehicles that we are going to be using for ART. Yesterday I stood here and I announced what may be one of the biggest convention in the city of Albuquerque for many, many years that's coming here, and it's the Senior Olympic Games in 2019. When we pitched the Senior Olympics about Albuquerque and why they should be here, a lot of talk went back to investments that we're making. Investments in ball fields, investments that UNM's making, a great place to be. And this project, ART, came up in those discussions about a way for those 10,000 people that are going to visit our community to get from downtown to Old Town to Uptown to enjoy our community from an economic standpoint while they're here. It made a difference. And today we're talking about the buses that we're going to be using. And I'm happy to announce today that ART just went electric. So we've got this puts us in a position as a national leader. As a national leader in the United States on rapid transit, on bus transit. These buses that are behind me are being provided by a company called Build Your Dreams, BYD buses, and they're going to be talking a little bit about what these buses will do. The short story is this: the electric buses for ART are going to save the taxpayers between $11.5 and $14.5 million over the life of the buses. These buses are, yeah, that's worth an applause. Those savings can do lots of things for citizens. They can be put back into transit to expand our transit system. They could hire police officers. They could hire firefighters. These are real dollars that we can use for real things in our community. Those decisions will have to be made by future administrations, but those savings are real. These buses are lighter than the existing buses we have with diesel engines. Less wear and tear on the roads. These buses are quieter. And I want to invite folks in our community. This bus will be here through Saturday. We're going to start today driving this 40-foot electric bus up and down Central Avenue. We'll stop at businesses. We'll invite them to jump on the bus. We're going to invite the media today to jump on there and get the electric bus experience so that you understand that it not only improves transit, but it improves your quality of life. These electric buses are great for the environment. We're going to talk about how many car equivalents and tree equivalents that means. In short, what it means is by going electric on these buses, we're going to have an equivalent environmental impact of taking hundreds of thousands of cars off the street over the period of the bus and plant hundreds and thousands of trees in our community. This is good stuff. So the buses that are going to be here ultimately will be 60-footers. This bus is a 40-footer. BYD is in the process of, they've already designed the 60-foot buses. The buses have been through the safety training, or excuse me, they've designed the 60-foot buses. The buses have been through the safety initiatives, and now they're in final design mode on these 60-foot buses. We'll be the first city in the United States to have those. I'm going to have a couple of people talk today. Justin Scalzi is the Southwest Regional Manager for BYD Bus. These buses will be made in America. They have to be made in America because the federal small starts money requires that they be made in America. These will be made in California. And he's going to give you some of the details of what the buses look like, and then we're going to invite you, we're going to answer questions that the media has, and we're going to invite you to come and tour one of the buses. I'm also going to have Aubrey Johnson from P&M speak. P&M is a great partner in this, and he's going to tell you about what P&M is going to do for you in this community to make sure that these buses can be charged. He's going to talk about peak hours, off-peak hours, why the electricity is less expensive to charge these buses. These buses charge in 3 hours overnight. So I'm going to invite Justin up, and then we're going to have Aubrey come up and talk, and then we'll be happy to answer some questions. Justin.
Thank you, Mayor Barry. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here today. On behalf of BYD, I'd like to congratulate the City of Albuquerque on being at the forefront of innovative, sustainable transportation. BYD is excited to be partnering with the City of Albuquerque on the first full battery electric BRT in the United States. BYD has been building buses for nearly a decade, full battery electric buses. We have 10,000 battery electric buses running around the world with over 100 million miles worth of data. This is not new technology, but it is technology that can bring sustainability and emission-free vehicles now to a route, an ART route, that will go out and run several hundred miles a day. We're very excited about that. The buses that we're going to be running are 60-foot articulated buses. They have an articulated joint in the center. They will have ADA applications. They will have interior bicycle mounts, which is very exciting. And the fact that they'll be full battery electric and running in Albuquerque, this beautiful town, as the first BRT in the United States is exciting. And we just want to say thank you and congratulations.
Let me grab you that. Yeah. So these are electric buses. They need electricity, and we're lucky in New Mexico to have P&M. They are a great provider. We talk about them regularly when we talk about businesses moving to New Mexico. They provide reliable power to us as citizens and to our businesses, and they're going to be a key component in making this electric bus rapid transit system work. So I'm going to have Aubrey Johnson from P&M give you a few of the details of what P&M's bringing to the table on this particular project. Aubrey.
So good morning. We're really excited, P&M, to have the opportunity to work with the city and the city's partners to electrify the city, as the mayor spoke of. We certainly support all of the economic development efforts and all of the modernization that the city is really going for. So we're excited about that as well too. We've actually been working on this project for the better part of a year now. We've really been working over the last 9 months or so, changing out infrastructure along Central. We've tried to do that at a time and interfacing with the customers and the business owners there to have minimal impact with them. We work with the prime contractor, Bradbury Stam, to make sure that, again, all of our efforts are in line and that we're on schedule. So we're on schedule to finish all of the work that we're having done on Central in the November timeframe, well ahead of what's supposed to happen with the overall project. So we'll be fine in that regard. In regards to the charging station, and as the mayor mentioned, the buses will be charged at night off-peak. And the value for that is it means that we don't have to have excess generation online to cover that. We can cover that with our base generation. And what we'll also do is that this will require a service upgrade to that transit facility. And we're doing that, again, as part of our normal capital program, and the revenue credits that are associated with the increased usage will offset any cost. So the city will not see any increased cost associated with the upgrades associated with that facility. So again, we're happy to be a part of this. We're happy to see electric buses come to Albuquerque, and we thank you so much for the opportunity to serve you.
So one of the questions is about the cost of the buses. As we talked this morning, we're going to hand each and every one of you a package from BYD so that you have the details. The short understanding of it from my office is this. If we buy the electric buses and we lease the batteries from BYD, the upfront cost is at or a little bit below diesel buses. If we make a decision as a city to purchase the batteries, there's a $7 million cost upfront to do that. If we lease the batteries, we'll have about 11.5% net savings because we have to pay interest on that lease. If we purchase them, we'll have more of a $14 million savings. So the decision that we're going to make within the administration and talking with our city council is, do we want to spend the money up front, or do we want to save $14 million, or do we want to have zero additional cost up front to save 11.5? Those are two very good options. And we have the funds available to do either or. So let's get you to take a look at the bus. We'll answer some questions first. I'm here for one-on-ones. My staff is here for one-on-ones. If you have a specific question, let us know. But if you want to ask anything right at the moment, I'm happy to do that. Or if you want to get on the bus and check it out first, I'll stick around. It's your call.
The 60-footers have buses on the doors on the opposite side.
Yeah, these buses, let me have somebody tell you about what the bus looks like. It's a bus that'll have, it's a 5-door bus. It will be right and left loading, because there's still some stops where we'll pull in on the right and there's some center stops. It's a bus that will go up and down because the ART stations are elevated like a train station and the other stations are not. So it's an adjustable bus to go to fit the requirements that we have and the new requirements of ART.
Thank you, Mayor. How long does the charge last on these buses?
I'm going to have BYD tell you. It's a 290 miles, but I'll have them give you some details.
So the batteries are capable of supplying energy to the bus to run all day long. The longest route in the expected plan at this point is about 290 miles or 275 miles, and we can go out and run 290 miles on a single charge. The average route length is closer to 225 or 230, so we have more than enough energy to go out and run from sun up past sundown in a regular schedule on a single charge.
These buses have a 12-year warranty?
12-year warranty.
These buses have a 12-year warranty, so even if we pay the additional cost of the bus up front, that gets paid off. It's about a $2.5 million savings per year. That gets paid off in 2 or 3 years. So that's part of the fiscal decision. If we buy these buses, is the warranty longer than the payoff period? Short answer, it's far exceeds the payoff period. So the batteries are warranted, the buses are warranted, so it'll be up to BYD to make sure that the buses are in place and operational for 12 years.
Mayor, can you talk about all the people we see behind you guys?
I didn't talk to them this morning, but I assume they're people that like this idea. I'll let you talk to them. We got a really important endorsement yesterday from the Hispano Chamber. And they made an important comment, and their comment was that listen, they do have some members that have some concerns. We are still listening. We understand, but this is a $2 to $3 billion economic opportunity for the citizens of Albuquerque. And so we're just continuing to talk to businesses that have concerns, get some of the misinformation that's out there off the table, give them straight answers. And when we do that, we have good opportunities. But we also have an enormous amount of people in our community that are fired up about this project. And so we're just going to continue working with everybody. And I appreciate everybody that's here. So we have endorsements from the Hispano Chamber of Commerce. We have an endorsement from the Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce. We have an endorsement from NAIOP, which is the largest builder group in the city of Albuquerque. The contractors, the Home Builders Association is in favor of this project. So we have an awful lot of support for this, but that doesn't mean we stop listening. That doesn't mean we stop listening to concerns and trying to help people. We will have the most robust, I believe, business outreach program of any project like this in the history of the United States. Gary Opedal is here from my economic development group. We've got nonprofits working with our businesses. We're not only going to help businesses survive having some construction in front of their businesses for 60 days, we're going to coach businesses that may be in trouble already, that may not last for a couple of years, whether the project happens or not, and try to coach them into a situation where they can survive. So we're trying to make this a very pro-business initiative.